Movie 43. Okay, you're probably wondering, why isn't this number 1? That's probably what you're wondering. The reason why I put it on the number 2 spot is because, guys, it's supposed to be a bad movie. You saw the trailer. What did you think you were gonna get? What did you think it was gonna be? Did you think this was gonna be Airplane? Did you think this was gonna be Naked Gun? Guys, that franchise is dead. That genre is gone. I think Scary Movie killed it, in my opinion. And I like Scary Movie. I'm not saying that the Wayans brothers killed it. I mean, Scary Movie 1 is great. Scary Movie 2 is great. I actually like 3 and 4. But once the Scary Movie started coming out, that's when the genre started to die. I mean, Airplane and Naked Gun, untouchable. Those movies are great. Great spoof movies. Hot Shots, that's a great spoof movie. Hot Shots Part 2, that's a great spoof movie. All these movies from the 80s and 90s, they were great. These spoof movies. Spoof movies today... And this is actually weird that I'm saying this, because this isn't technically supposed to be a spoof movie, but it sure as hell felt like one. You have a lot of celebrities in this movie, a lot of Oscar celebrities in this movie, people that have won Oscars. And it's so stupid, but here's the thing, the movie is aware of this. So you can't go too hard on it, okay? Like, I was told, when this came out, I was told the movie is bad, but you gotta turn your brain off for 90 minutes to watch it. And you just can't do that when you watch a movie, because your time gets taken away. I cannot stress that enough. I will say that for every one of these movies I talk about, because, people, we're talking about the dissatisfying ones right now. The satisfying ones, I won't even mention it, but we gotta talk about this. So, movie 43 is basically Dennis Quaid. I think it's Dennis Quaid, isn't it? Yeah. He goes into a Hollywood executive's office, and he's pitching him all these ideas he's got for a movie, I guess. And it's just one gag after another with all these actors and actresses. Very talented actors, upcoming actors and actresses. I mean, hit girls in this movie. Chloe Grace Moretz, I think you pronounce it. Yeah. I mean, she's going on to she's got some good things going. A lot of great people are in this movie. I did not... you know what? I don't even have to say don't see it, because everybody agrees with me on this. Everybody does. It's just not funny. It's not funny, guys. Okay, for this movie, I didn't say it yet, but you all know what it is. Let's not even consider this a part of the dissatisfying list. Let's just say this is the worst movie of 2013. You all know what it is. Say it with me now. 3, 2, 1. After Earth. You know, I learned in a film class, because I'm taking film classes right now at my college. I could be wrong about this, but I distinctly remember hearing something that went like this, because it made me spring to attention, because I never heard of anything like this in my life. But I heard, now correct me if I'm wrong, but I've heard that when a director, I don't want to say doesn't care, because the director should care, but I could be wording this wrong, but I heard that when a director doesn't put a lot of effort into what his job position is, the director of photography is the one that usually takes over the film. I mean, he still keeps the director of photography credit, but the director still keeps the director credit. Okay? Even though the director of photography pretty much did most of the work. The more M. Night Shyamalan makes movies like this, the more I'm convinced that The Sixth Sense is a Tak Fujimoto movie, not an M. Night Shyamalan movie. Because how could the same guy who come up with The Sixth Sense, a great movie, great acting, a really good twist at the end of the movie, which I will not dare ruin for you, all 2 of you who haven't seen the movie yet, how could he make this piece of shit And how could he be making piece of shit after shit after shit after shit for the last basically 11 years? 11 to 12 years. Because for me, it went downhill with Signs. And everybody says, oh, why? Oh, Signs was so good. It's not. It's not. It never was for me. And I don't know what M. Night Shyamalan is doing or what he's thinking when he writes these stories. I don't know how these distributors distribute these movies. How could anyone greenlight these things? You know what I think? I think that the movie The Sixth Sense was a big mistake for Shyamalan. And I'll tell you why, considering what he's done after The Sixth Sense. When a movie or something usually comes out and becomes a big success, and I'm not saying this from personal matters, I'm saying this because we've seen this happen to a lot of artists, not just people in the movie business, but people in the music business, in any kind of business, okay, whenever they create something. Usually what will happen is that they make one really good product, and then the next product they make after that doesn't really add up to what this product was. You see what I'm saying? Now, Unbreakable, I'll stand by that. I'll give that a pass because that was a good movie. It had an interesting premise. That was good. The problem with M. Night Shyamalan, in my opinion, just looking at from what I've seen from his films, not based on what he says in interviews or how he thinks or anything like that. I can't speak for M. Night Shyamalan. I'm not him. But as an audience member watching his movies, it seems to me that because of the timeline, The Sixth Sense somehow made him feel invincible. I think that Shyamalan thinks that anything he makes is gold, because this is the guy that made The Sixth Sense. Or Tak Fujimoto made it. I don't know. I don't know, folks. Because the more stuff he made... I already said that. Okay. But then again, it reminds me of Steven Spielberg. I mean, think of Steven Spielberg. Yeah, he's a visionary. He's a good storyteller. He's a great director, Steven Spielberg. I'm a huge Steven Spielberg fan. But not every director makes a great movie. You gotta be honest about that. I mean, every director is gonna have a shitty movie some point or another. Pixar, they were great. I mean, you never thought Pixar could make a stinker. And then they made Cars 2. You know? So, but the thing with the reason why I bring up Steven Spielberg is that this is the guy that did Jaws, which was insanely popular, and then he did Close Encounters, and that was pretty good. That was really popular too. I mean, I heard it rescued Columbia Pictures from bankruptcy. Well, that's quite impressive. And then he did 1941. And it tanked. It tanked. It didn't do real well. It wasn't it was supposed to be a comedy. It wasn't that funny. And you know what? He learned from that. So what does he do? He does Indiana Jones. And he buckles down and he did his homework. He storyboarded everything. He was... I remember him saying once in an interview, he wound it up 14 days under schedule. He didn't go over schedule. And he really looked at the story. He really took advantage of it. And then he did E.T. and Color Purple. And, he made a couple of stinkers along the way. Always in 1989. That one wasn't as great. But then he did Jurassic Park. And it goes up and down, up and down. Shyamalan, it was going like this. Whoa, way down. I mean, I thought you couldn't get any lower after Last Airbender. But... no, you know what? I shouldn't hold Last Airbender to his feet, because Last Airbender was gift-wrapped for him. All you had to do was look at the show and make a movie out of it. Or better yet, you didn't have to do that at all, because the show already told the story. You didn't have to make a Last Airbender movie. I'm not even going to go into that. That's a whole other review, by the way. But this movie... do you know what Shyamalan's doing now? I don't know how Shyamalan directs a movie, but he has a gift. He has a gift. You know what his gift is? Sucking talent out of talented actors. Never have I seen Will Smith so talentless in a movie before. And he did the same thing with Mark Wahlberg in The Happening. And Wahlberg can act. He can. I've seen him act. He can be a good actor. Will Smith can be a great actor. I've seen Will Smith. He's really good. Not in this. Jaden Smith, you know, okay, Will Smith, they want to do Pursuit of Happiness again, I guess. I don't know. It's not that good. I mean, the story isn't well thought out. Does Shyamalan ever write a second draft of his screenplays? I don't know. I mean, it sounds like he wrote the first draft and he handed it in and he's like, make it, greenlight it, we're going. Like, I don't think he writes a second draft. I'm sorry, because After Earth, there were so many problems with the movie. I mean, like the way the Earth looked and everything, and the way it works now. I mean, there was a lot of loose ends here. I mean, even, like the story didn't make sense. The plot was so boring. The movie. Oh man, you know, he's like. And, you know, and I feel bad for him because he can make a good movie. He can. We've seen that before in 2 of his films. But Signs, The Village, Lady in the Water, The Happening, The Last Airbender, even Devil. I'll throw Devil in there. He didn't direct it, but I'll still throw it in there. After Earth, straight into the toilet. I'm sorry. I really am. I'm sure M. Night Shyamalan is a nice guy. I'm sure everyone he's worked with is a nice guy. But they have teamed up to make pretty much the worst movie of the year. Of the year. And I was stupid to pay money for it because going into this movie, I knew it was an M. Night Shyamalan movie. And every time I say to myself, okay, maybe he's learned his lesson. Maybe this will be like Sixth Sense. Maybe this will make sense. And no. Nope, it's gone. It's gone. He's done. I'm done. If there's another M. Night Shyamalan movie coming out, I'm not going to see it. I'm not going to see it. Because I'm smarter now. Apparently I wasn't when I wanted to go see After Earth. But, yeah. So that's it. That's the dissatisfying movies of 2013 for me. I hope you guys liked it. You know, write some comments below if you know. I'd like to know what movie made you dissatisfied or non-satisfied or whatever the word is. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this and keep watching the Oscars that are on right now. And yeah, and keep watching because coming up next, it's the satisfying pictures of 2013. See you later.